The man who was everyone. The man had many names. At work they called him Sir. At home he was Father. Among friends he was the strong one. But in the quiet, when the world fell asleep and silence crept into his room, he had no name at all. Every morning he woke up and wore a version of himself. He wore confidence like a well-fitted suit. He wore laughter like a borrowed voice. He wore strength like armor no one could see through. And everyone believed him. They praised his discipline. They admired his calmness. They envied his life. But no one noticed the cracks. Because he had learned something early in life. People don't love you. They love the version of you that makes them comfortable. So he became that version, over and over again. One evening, after a long day of pretending, he sat alone in front of a mirror. Not to fix his hair, not to adjust his clothes, but to look, really look. And for the first time, he didn't recognize the man staring back. His smile faded, his eyes searched, deeper, as if trying to find someone hidden behind the reflection. And then it hit him. A quiet, terrifying thought. If I remove everything they expect me to be, who is left? Silence answered, heavy, suffocating, honest. That night he couldn't sleep. The voices in his head were louder than ever. You have to be strong. You can't disappoint them. This is who you are. But another voice, softer, almost forgotten, whispered, or maybe this is who you've been pretending to be. Days passed, then weeks, and something began to change. He started saying no, even when it made people uncomfortable. He stopped laughing at jokes that hurt him inside. He admitted when he was tired, when he was scared, when he didn't have the answers. And slowly, the masks began to fall. Not all at once, but piece by piece. Some people left. They didn't like this version of him, this real version. He wasn't as easy to understand anymore. He wasn't as predictable. And for a moment, it hurt. It felt like losing parts of himself. But deep down, he knew the truth. He wasn't losing himself. He was finally meeting himself. One morning, he stood in front of the mirror again. Same face, same eyes. But this time, something was different. There was no performance, no mask, no role to play. Just presence, just truth, just him. And for the first time in his life, he smiled without trying. You can spend your whole life becoming who the world wants and still feel empty inside. Or you can risk losing everything you pretend to be and finally discover who you truly are. Because the greatest freedom in life is not being accepted by everyone, but being real with yourself.